Hey guys, in this video, I want to go over some of the benefits and the changes that's going to happen if you remove your sexual vices, right? Whether that be going out and paying for it online or in person, whether that's pornography or masturbation or just always being filled up with lust. I'm going to show you what actually changes when you build skill sets to be able to, over the long run, stay clean from all of this stuff. I believe a lot of people, their perspective on what changes is very small in comparison to the actual benefits you will experience, because they only think that the downsides of acting out are going to go away. And while this is true, that's not just it. The shame, the guilt, feeling like you're living a double life, or feeling emotionally disconnected from yourself and from other people, feeling like you are living a shell of yourself, always, kind of feeling down or depressed or anxious. Like, all of these things will be removed if you break free, but there's a whole list of other benefits that you will experience once you make these changes. And this video is going to talk about what I've seen and what a lot of clients have seen to show you what actually changes in your life, because it is worth it. Let's dive in. A very big benefit that you will see when you break free or when you're making changes is the sense of presence that you have. You can finally be in the moment and enjoy the moment. And this is something that you don't really know has been robbed in your life until you actually see the other side of it, because it has a bunch of different benefits into one, right? You feel better about yourself, so better self-esteem. You feel more confident. You have better kind of energy about yourself. The vibe that you're giving off is more positive. You're just feeling a lot better overall in all aspects of life, and that allows you to sit in the moment and actually enjoy it. When you're acting out consistently, your presence is robbed, right? You're either not feeling good, or always experiencing shame or guilt or anxiety or fear or just any negative emotions, and it takes away from the experiences that you have in life. You can't just be yourself. You always know that you're a shell of yourself, or you're damaging your life and who you are as a person because of the actions that you're taking, and all of that goes out the window. So instead of worrying about where you're at in life, you can actually enjoy it and be present in the moment with yourself and with other people. So this is a very underrated one, something that I didn't experience until I was able to break free, and it's probably one of the better ones. Also, something you're going to experience is an increase of energy, drive, and ambition, right? Especially when you're retaining and you're staying clean from everything, right? Pornography, masturbation, paying for all these things. When you actually retain, you are holding on to your sexual energy, which is very powerful. It has the power to be able to create life. And if you're constantly wasting it or being filled up with lust and relapsing and stuff like that, you can never harness the true powers behind it. The way that we're designed is to not be acting out on a day-to-day basis or week-to-week basis. It takes anywhere between 70 to 90 days for a seed to naturally mature, right? So we're not supposed to be acting out as frequently as we do, and it's extremely taxing on your body, because to be able to create life, there's a lot of, chemicals and nutrients that have to be created and developed and processed, and if you're wasting that consistently, there's going to be a drain on your energy. So it's very taxing on zinc, magnesium, pretty much everything. Honestly, you're going to be very vitamin deficient, and once you actually start retaining, your body can stop processing all of these nutrients and put it into your seed, and instead actually have a surplus, right? You start to feel a lot better, right? You'll just feel that ambition and drive. You'll feel more energy just pulsating through your body. You have to do more, because you just have this sexual energy, and you can put that into other areas of your life. And when you do that, you get better results in whatever you've already been doing, whether that be your hobbies or your career or your business. That becomes more fruitful. And it's a really cool feedback loop to get into, because you see how staying clean makes you feel better, gives you more energy, and with that more energy and drive, you get better results in your life. And then it's just like gives you this positive feedback loop where you want to stay clean. You're not resisting yourself. You're not fighting against your own body and your own instincts. You're using the same energy, but you're putting it into something else. And that's very important. You're not holding on to it. You're not just, always feeling on edge. You're putting that into things that you care about so you can get better results. That's a huge one as well. Another benefit is being around women. This has something to do with kind of the presence that I was talking about, kind of being in the moment, but you just are different around women when you are actually staying clean and you're not in this extremely lustful state. There's many, great benefits to this. A part of that is increased confidence, increased self-esteem. You just are acting as yourself. You can feel more kind of masculine and relaxed in the moment instead of being worrisome or always thinking about the next thing to say because you're trying to sleep with the woman. Everything just feels natural. It feels good. And you start to actually attract higher quality women because you're not in this low level state where you're constantly relapsing, feeling bad about yourself, or just giving into your lust. So it opens up the door for many different things. It opens up the door for higher quality women who are also on that same kind of range, who are taking care of themselves, and you kind of pick up on the fact. You can kind of sense that you are on the same level now, and you're able to actually see success with that caliber of women, versus if you're continuously relapsing and acting out, no way in hell would you even feel worthy to speak to that woman, right? So it comes down to many different things. You feel like you deserve it. You feel ready for it. And honestly, when you're staying clean and you desexualize your brain, your DNA kind of kicks in. Your body, that primal side of you kicks in terms of relationships or dating, where like autopilot turns on. You can turn your brain off and you're going to get better results than, the majority of men, because you're just letting your body do its job. Like, it's just, men and women have gone along for thousands and thousands of years before very recently. And, I think a large part of that is guys are getting in their own head and they're becoming super lustful. So, they're getting worse and worse results. So once you can kind of get out of your own way and actually start to retain, you're going after higher quality women, it gets a lot easier. You don't even have to think about it. You feel better in the moment. Just a whole list of benefits there. Some other benefits that are very notable will be spiritually. A lot of guys feel tapped in spiritually in many different ways. Obviously, the interpretation of what this looks like changes person to person, man to man. And if they're a person of faith or religion, that's going to be even better for them. And even if you're a more spiritual person, you still feel that very spiritual sense. There's something that gets unlocked when you're staying clean, when you're retaining, and things just work better in your life. Like, you have luck, you have favor. It seems like there's things playing into your favor. It's a different type of thing. It's hard to describe, but I can say spiritually, you feel closer to God. You feel kind of tapped in spiritually to the Creator. And obviously, it's going to seem different from people, religion to religion, faith to faith, but everybody kind of feels that extra sense. And throughout my time as a coach, I've seen multiple guys in my programs, without even mentioning that I'm a Christian or of my faith at all. And I've seen guys naturally go from agnostic or atheist just by getting clean to finding God and actually having a interpersonal relationship, because they just get all of this out of their life and they can actually feel tapped in spiritually. It's really cool to see. And it's not something that I've just seen. I've talked to many other people who have their own practices, and it's something that they see as well. As you get clean, you feel that spiritual sense, a stronger calling, a stronger purpose, a stronger personal connection to God, more luck, more favor in your life, because it seems like you're doing the right things, right? So that is a very, very cool benefit, and something that it might be hard for me to explain, but when you see it, and you're not going to want to go back. Now, I'll speak from experience a little bit. Some more niche benefits that you can expect and will experience as you're staying clean and building momentum. You kind of look a lot better. There's something about your eyes that kind of start to glow. Your skin gets better. As I was acting out, especially kind of when I was a bit younger, I would get a lot of acne. And now that, I've been staying clean, been off all this stuff, my skin gets cleared up, right? Because I'm not wasting all those nutrients and my body can actually be in a surplus. I see that women look at me a lot more. I think there's a real, I hate the word, but like aura about you. there's a presence, there's this masculine energy about you when you are staying clean. And it's crazy because women can especially pick this up, and men can too. People will like feel that there's something different about you just based off of your surroundings. It's like this warmth, it's like this father-like kind of energy, and people, it's rare nowadays. So when people actually see it, you stand out. And I think that's by design. I think God, made that intentionally, because you stand out when you're staying clean. There's something different about you. And when you kind of share your wisdom as to, what you've been doing to get to this point and how you feel, that's going to, influence other people to do the exact same thing, because it's awesome. People can just take a look at you and notice there's something different about you. And that has, many different benefits in dating, in friendships, in, leadership, in business, I can even say, many different things. And I think it's a really cool benefit that I've experienced. Another is increased gains in the gym. Again, when I'm finding I'm insufficient because I'm acting out, there's no way I can recover, actually have the process to develop muscle mass as compared to someone who's going on a long streak and been retaining for some time. That is going to be another benefit that I did experience. Another benefit that I've experienced is needing less sleep, right? I wake up, before my alarm, and it's very erratic. Some days I'm waking up extremely early, 5 a.m., just because I have energy, and I cannot go to bed because it's like I have all this energy pent up and I got to use it. I have to deploy that into my life. And it's really cool to see, because you can go to bed late and be like, oh, I need to sleep in a little bit. But since you've been staying clean, you're going to wake up before your alarm and you're getting right up out of bed. Like, there's just this drive, there's this hunger. You want to do hard work. You want to do challenging things. It's satisfying. The small things, the things that used to not give you dopamine or pleasure, give you pleasure. You just reset your brain in so many different levels that, again, like, the small things feel so enjoyable. Hard work feels so enjoyable. The more that I'm thinking about these benefits, man, I'm starting to get fired up myself, because it's like, when you have this vision and when you're seeing these benefits unfold in your life, you don't want them to go away. And it's very important through the recovery process for you to find these wins, big or small. Because if you see wins, you're making progress, that this is moving you in the right direction in life. And when you face a temptation, it's like, nah, why would I go and give this up? It's not like, oh, I need to resist this because I don't want anything bad to happen to me. It's like, no, I don't want to lose what I already have. It's two different perspectives of the same problem, and one is obviously better, much better than the other one. So I want to encourage you guys, as you're going through the process, obviously find wins, like I said, but find ways to be intentional about that. A lot of people, they keep things in their own heads, or they're counting the days and thinking that corresponds with anything. Like, I want you to, as you find wins, write them down or make note of them somehow. Again, if you lose sight of this, you're going to fall back in temptation. You have to retrain your brain around what staying clean can do for you. Because right now, there's many lies that make you believe that it's a sacrifice to stay clean. It feels bad to stay clean. I'm not going to have pleasure. I have to get my needs met. Or there's a list of rationalizations and belief sets that probably should change. And the way that you can do that, one of the ways, is by showing yourself, hey, now that I've been staying clean, I've been seeing changes, positive changes. And if we keep this up, it's going to lead to a benefit. And then there's going to be a benefit of that benefit, which is going to lead to even better results. Like, you need to show yourself that you're moving in the right direction. It's like one of those things where you, over a treadmill, you like dangle a piece of food. Like, I kind of forget the analogy, but you're kind of doing that to yourself. It's like, where's the cheese? Like, I need the next hit. I need the next benefit. I want to continue to move in the right direction. And if you lose sight of that, you are going back. Now, one thing that I will encourage you with today is to not wait until rock bottom for things to change. Have the courage to step up and say, hey, I know there's more to life than just this. I know that I can experience the life that I want. I know that I'm a capable man, and I know that staying clean is going to make me the man that I know I can become. And because of that, I need to get outside my comfort zone and get some help on this. Right? Because there's two types of guys. There's guys that wait till absolute rock bottom, or there's guys that get that sense of, hey, there's more, I need to do something. And those are the guys that get the best results because they have a vision, they know there's more. And as they're experiencing wins and making changes, they build this positive momentum that's going in the right direction. It's hard to get there when you're waiting towards the worst of the worst moments to finally let yourself change. And this is something that you should focus on now. Don't wait. Don't say to yourself, hey, I'll get this out of my life in a year. I'll get this out of my life by 25, by 30, by 35, by 40. Because the thing is, if you're not focused on changing right now and doing things differently, then you're going to reach those ages. You're going to reach those stages in your life and you're going to stay in the same spot. And that's one of the most demoralizing things because that's evidence that this is how things are and this is how things will be. Allow yourself to start a new process. Do things differently. The things you've already been doing have not worked out for you. If you're watching this video and you need to do more, go out of your way because, again, you're not just getting this out of your life. You're not just fixing a sex addiction or, a bad problem in your life. You are making huge changes that's going to allow you to become the man who you've always knew you could be. So with that said, guys, find a skill set, develop a skill set. And if you need help with an actionable process, not just theory, not just talking about your problems like you would with the therapist and going over your past, if you want a step-by-step process to be able to break free from this and develop skill sets so you can sustain these results, what I want you to go and do is go down below and reserve a call with myself. You'll learn a lot more about impulse mapping. You'll see a bunch of trainings and resources after you book that call, and we'll talk about it. We'll go over your situation. We'll find out exactly what is holding you back from seeing success. And if I believe that impulse mapping and learning this skill set is going to help you get there, then I'll show you how Recovery Blueprint works and I'll show you how I can help you. And if not, man, at least you will know exactly what needs to change. You can go do something different, right? So it starts today. Take action on this. Don't kick the can down the road and do yourself a favor because your future self will thank you.